Hi Year 5, I hope you're all really well and enjoyed your Easter break. I'm here to share with you today the learning activities that we have for you for this coming week for Year 5. We've got some reading, some writing, some maths, science and some geography to share with you today. So I'm just going to change my screen so that you can see the drive, and I'm going to talk you through what your activities are and where you'll find them all. Okay, so as you can see, I've now opened up the week 5 drive folder, which has got all of your activities in for this week. And if I scroll down, you can see all the activities are here. And then I've popped the geography all together and the maths all together in a folder here at the top. So first of all, open up the explanation of task document, which will just take you through a little summary of all the things that you have available to you this week. So you can see you've got the maths, the English, the spellings, reading, science, and topic. So I go back to the top and we'll just have a quick look at where the maths is for this week. So if you click on the link, it will take you to the White Rose website, and scrolling down you need to find Year 5. And once you're there, you can still see that the learning which we have completed previously in the last few weeks is still there. So you've got week 1, week 2, and then summer 1, week 1, which actually has got this week's date on it. That's actually the things that we did at the beginning of the Easter holiday. So they're still there if you didn't have a chance to have a go at them at the time. And you can go back and have a look. You can still do the activities and the answers from here, as well as from our Google Drive. And then if you scroll down a bit further, you'll find summer term week 2, 27th of April, which is actually where we are currently at. And if you click on the plus, there we go, it will load and you will get the lessons. So this week they have added 4 new lessons with activities and answer sheets, which are also available on our Google Drive, and you have the videos there to watch as well. And then for Friday they're going to upload a maths challenge, so we look forward to seeing what that may be later on. Okay, so you can access those in exactly the same way as you have been used to. So let's close that down. We'll go back to our task explanation and we come to our English tasks. Now, had we been in school this week, we'd have started reading and learning about the poem The Highwayman by Alfred Noyes. So this week we've added 2 English tasks for you, just like the sorts of things we would have been doing at school. You'll find 2 PDF PowerPoints on the Google Drive, named Writing Activity 1 and Writing Activity 2, which will take you through the activities step by step. The first one kind of introduces what a highwayman is, and it's got a research task for you to complete, while the second activity explores the poetic language and the devices in the first 2 verses of the poem. I'll go through those in a little bit more detail in a moment. Your spelling activities. You've got Mr. Whoops's mistakes, just as previous weeks, and you've also got the SPAGMAT to have a go at, which talks about modal verbs, determiners, subordinate clauses, adverbs of frequency, amongst other things. They're all things we have done before, so just have to cast your minds back a little bit, okay, and have a really good think about the things that we've been learning about in school. For reading, there's 2 comprehensions on the drive. One is based on earthquakes, and the other is a mythical story. There's also then a book review task, which is very open. You can use the book review format if you want to, or you could design your own and just use that for ideas. But we'd love to know about the stories that you've been reading at home, and perhaps we could be able to even share a few of them in future. In science then, before we left school, we did lots of dissolving. It was that last science activity that we did. And you'll remember that we put sand and rice, salt, sugar and coffee granules in 2 cups of water. And then we stirred them and we looked to see which ones did dissolve and which ones didn't dissolve. And we found that salt, sugar and the coffee did dissolve in the water. But my question then is, could you actually have got those materials back once they've been dissolved? So have a really good look. There is an activity called evaporation on the Google Drive, which again I'll show you in just a second. And it takes you through, can you get back the salt that you've dissolved in water? Okay, and then your topic activities. It's all geography based this week, and there are 3 map work tasks to look at. The tasks we have chosen all have 1 to 3 star difficulty, so you can pick and choose the challenge level that's just right for you. One is about compass directions, one is about grid references, and then the last one is about drawing a map of your local area. Perhaps you could do it if you're going out for a walk in the day, and you could think carefully about where things are, but you could also use Google Maps or other mapping map books and things that you've got around your house to help you. So let's now come out of the explanation of tasks and just have a look at where all these documents are. Okay, so now I'm back looking at the drive, and I can see here that I've got my SPAG activities, which I can open up and access. I've also got my reading comprehension and my non-fiction reading comprehension here as well. And there's my reading task where I can design my book review. So it's a really lovely design format that you could use there, but you might be able to make it look even better yourself. Here's the evaporation task, which just talks you through exactly how to experiment and see if you can actually get your salt back or not. There's some questions there for you, some video links to help you understand what's going on, and then some thoughts about why evaporation might be useful. Your spelling task is just here. Okay, and then over here you've got your 2 English tasks, but I'm going to record a separate video to talk through those for you, as they're a little bit different and a little bit longer this week. Okay, so look out for the other videos on our YouTube channel to talk through English Activity 1 and English Activity 2. Okay, so now back up here at the top, we've got our geography map work activities. So when you open it up, you've got task 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 talks about compass directions. So when you open it, you have actually got a little compass down here at the bottom of the page. So you've got north, east, south, and west. And there's loads of different rhymes out there to help you to remember the order. Things like never eat shredded wheat. But you might be able to come up with your own one, which helps you to remember it even better. Let us know if you come up with an exciting rhyme. Now, you need to use the compass directions and the instructions here to make your way around the different maps. Okay, so as I said before, you've got 3 different levels of activity here, so you can choose your one. You might want to build up to work through the different activities. But if you have a look at the first one, it says from the start, go north 2 squares. Where are you now? So if I'm at the start and I go north 1, 2, I end up at class 3. Go east 2 squares. Well, if I look at my compass, I remember that east is this way. So from class 3, if I go east 2 squares, 1, 2, I end up at the sports hall. So that's your first job. Can you make your way around the map? Task 2 talks about grid references and 4-figure grid references. So if you look at any map, they're huge, and to be able to find a specific place on a map, maps all have grid references, and they are a bit like coordinates. So you've got numbers going along both sides there of the grid, and you can pinpoint a specific location on a map by saying it's in this square. But rather than just saying this square, you're using the different numbers. So we've got 1 square here which has been highlighted, and the rule is that you give the grid reference of the bottom left-hand corner of the square, so that you can always know which square someone's talking about. So in this case, the bottom left-hand corner is at 0, 1, 0, 1. But if it was a different one, let's say it was this square that I wanted to give you a reference to, I'd have to tell you the point for this one, which is 0, 1, 0, 2. Now it's really important that you remember we always read along the bottom first, and then we read going up and down. If you read it the wrong way, of course, then you might end up doing 0, 2, 0, 1, which would give you over here, and it could get very, very confusing for someone. So you must always remember to go along the bottom first and then up the top. Now, if you then scroll down, you've then got an activity, and it talks through what to do, but you've got to follow the instructions to label some of the stadiums on the map. So it tells you what the stadium is and it tells you its location. So I'd need to then have a look for 0305. So remember to go along the bottom first, 03, and then go up until I get to the point for 05. So this must be my first stadium. So I can then label it from there. Okay, and then task 3 is your opportunity to design a map for your local area. It already gives you a key, and it's got buildings, trees and shrubs, a pond, paths. You might have other things which aren't already mentioned on the key that you want to add. Thinking about roads, maybe you might have the school or something which is very close to your home. There's a grid there. You could use your own square paper, you could use plain paper that you draw your own grid onto. You don't need to use this sheet, but it's there to help you. Can you create a plan of your local area? Perhaps you might want to use something like Google Maps, other map books you've got in the house, or it might even, as you're going out on a daily walk, you might be able to just begin to draw some things as you go and think about where things are in comparison to each other. Okay, so that's all of your geography tasks for this week. Okay, coming back out of there, you'll see I put all the maths activities together in one folder for you this week. So you've got lesson 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you've got the questions and the answers all there carefully labelled for you. Okay, so just before I finish up today, I've got to tell you some really exciting information, of course, about Times Table Rockstars. Now, we've been keeping a close eye on, obviously, we've already been playing as well to try and win the teachers versus students battle. You guys are a little bit ahead at the moment, but the teachers are close behind, so you need to keep practicing if you do want to beat us. But Year 5, I have got a top 10 for us this week, and it is complete, but there aren't as many children on Times Table Rockstars as there were before. I wonder if that's just because it was Easter. I need you to get back on there, okay, and keep practicing over the next few weeks, please. But this week in the top 10, we have 2 children from Y5R, 3 children from Y5S, which means 5 children from Y5B. Very, very well done, Y5B. Please do keep it up. A very big well done, though, to Millie from 5S. You were our number 1 this week. So everyone, please keep going, okay? Get yourselves on Times Table Rockstars for us. And then just before I sign off today, thank you very much for all of our lovely emails that we have been receiving. Please keep emailing us, sending us in the work you've been up to, the things you've enjoyed, other things you've been up to as well. Okay, please do just keep in touch with us. We want to know everything you've been up to and know that you are safe and well, because we miss you very, very much. Okay, so from me and all the rest of Year 5 team, we hope that you are well and happy, and enjoy a lovely week with your families and also taking part in some of the activities we have set for you. Speak to you again soon. Bye.